The Earth's flatness can be easily proved once you understand what the drop in Earth's surface with distance should be if the radius of a spherical Earth is approximately 4,000 statute miles. All you need to prove that the Earth you're standing on is flat is a copy of the book The Lighthouses of the World, a calculator, and a simple equation. In no time you will discover that the distance from which the world's lighthouse lights are visible at sea far exceed what would be possible on a spherical Earth 25,000 miles in circumference. The curvature formula is the drop in inches is equal to 8 times the distance in statute miles squared, or 8 inches per mile squared. Note that for a drop in feet, we divide the 8 inches by 12. Then the curvature formula is drop in feet is equal to 0.666 times the distance in miles squared. Again, where have we heard of 666 before? We can start with Samuel Rowbottom again. Rowbottom had heard that the distance across St George's Channel between Holyhead and Kingstown Harbour near Dublin is at least 60 statute miles. Now it was not an uncommon thing for passengers to notice for a considerable distance beyond the centre of the channel the light on Hollywood Pier and the Paul Begg light on Dublin Bay. The lighthouse on Holyhead Pier shows a red light at an elevation of 44 feet above high water, and the Paul Begg lighthouse exhibits 2 bright lights at an altitude of 68 feet, so that a vessel in the middle of the channel would be 30 miles from each light, and allowing an observer to be on deck at 24 feet above the water, the horizon on a globe would be 6 miles away. Now, deducting 6 miles from 30, the distance from the horizon to Hollywood on the one hand and to Dublin Bay on the other would be 24 miles. The square of 24 multiplied by 8 inches shows a declination of 384 feet. So here I'm using the Earth curvature calculator, which you can get off the internet, and I have put in distance to the object 30 miles, eyesight level 24 feet, and it has come up with distance to the horizon 6 statute miles, and the obscured object part is 384.15 feet. The altitude of the light in Paul Begg Lighthouse is 68 feet, and of the red light on Hollywood Pier 44 feet. Hence, if the Earth were a globe, the former would always be 316 feet and the latter 340 feet below the horizon. Dr. Samuel Rowbottom, Thetic Astronomy, Earth is not a globe. The following is taken from the 1911 Encyclopaedia Britannica with regards to lighthouses. What is the range of a lighthouse light? And it says, the range of a light depends first on its elevation above sea level and secondly on its intensity. Most important lights are of sufficient power to render them visible at the full geographical range in clear weather. On the other hand, there are many harbour and other lights which do not meet this condition. The distances given in lists of lights from which lights are visible, except in the cases of lights of low power for the reason given above, are usually calculated in nautical miles as seen from a height of 15 feet above sea level, the elevation of the lights being taken as above high water. Under certain atmospheric conditions, and especially with the more powerful lights, the glare of the light may be visible considerably beyond the calculated range. And they give you a table. The table shows distances at which objects can be seen at sea according to their respective elevations and the elevation of the eye of the observer. Note that this comes from the 1911 Encyclopedia Britannica, and it, although not far off, is not exactly 8 inches per mile squared, but certainly does show that they were thinking that way. And it gives an example. And in the example shown, a lighthouse 200 feet high will be visible 20.66 nautical miles to an observer, whose eye is elevated 15 feet above the water. Thus, from the table, 15 feet elevation, distance visible 4.4 nautical miles. That's the distance from eye level to where it touches the horizon. And then 200 feet distance for the height of the lighthouse is further visible for 16.22 miles from that horizon line. So the total distance that can be seen is 20.66 nautical miles. Here we have the Earth curve calculator. There are several Earth curve calculators that we use nowadays. This one demonstrates that the eye height is 15 feet. The target distance, which I converted from 20.66 nautical miles to 23.77 statute miles, and it shows that the distance to the horizon is 4.72 statute miles, and the target hidden distance, i.e. the drop below the horizon line, is 241 feet. This would mean that a 200-foot lighthouse would be 41 feet below the horizon line. Yes, it's not quite the same as this 1911 calculation. I don't know where they get the calculation from, but in the next episode I will show you exactly how we get our calculation. And there are several methods of calculating, and they are good for at least 500 miles, statute miles of visual horizon. Once you understand that on a globe model the ground is always falling away at a given rate, then you can begin to understand that what you see and observe with your own senses, and not with what you are told, does not line up. Sure, if you rock the boat and say, I can see further than I should, or it doesn't look as curved as I thought, then you will be bombarded with scientific explanations like refraction, mirages, air density, moisture, reflection, etc., etc. And you probably won't understand what they are saying. But there is a scientific theorem called Occam's razor, which states the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. So I will say you can see what you can see because the world is not a globe of 4,000 miles radius and 24,900 miles at the equator. In other words, it's flat. So let's look at Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. This is taken from Wikipedia. You can look these things up for yourself. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse is located on Hatteras Island in the Outer Banks of the town of Buxton, North Carolina. We can see that the height of the lighthouse is 210 feet above mean sea level. If we say the lights in the lighthouse are 6 feet from the top, that gives a height of the lights 204 feet above sea level. We can see from using the curvature calculator that even at the stated visibility of 20 nautical miles, the lighthouse light should be 18 feet below the horizon. But look at what it says. It has been seen at 51 nautical miles. And when you put this figure in the curvature calculator, this light should be 1,737 feet below the horizon. This is bonkers on a globe Earth model. Let us now look at Chennai Lighthouse, located near the beach, Madras, India. The modern lighthouse dates from 1977. Wikipedia shows its light is 187 feet and can be officially seen from 28 nautical miles or 32 statute miles. Putting that into the curve calculator shows that with an observer's eye level at the official 15 feet, the light should be 503 feet minus the 187 foot height of the lighthouse, i.e. 316 feet below the horizon on a globe Earth. And these are the official figures. Again, Pigeon Point Lighthouse, Pescadero, California, is 148 feet high and can be seen officially 24 nautical miles or 28 statute miles. Putting that into the curve calculator shows that with an observer's eye level at the official 15 feet, the light should be 360 feet minus the 148 foot height of the lighthouse, i.e. 212 feet below the horizon on a globe Earth. And these again are the official figures. Now let us look at Talbot Ness Lighthouse at Port Mahamak, Scotland. Its height is 174 feet and the light can be officially seen from 24 nautical miles, again 28 statute miles. And putting that into the curve calculator shows that with an observer's eye level at the official 15 feet, the light should be 350 feet minus the 174 foot of the lighthouse, i.e. 176 feet below the horizon on a globe Earth. Again, these are the official figures. It should be at 176 feet below the horizon on a globe Earth. And finally, let us look at Alappuzha Lighthouse, which is situated in the coastal town of Alappuzha, Kerala, southeast India. The focal height of its light is 108 feet, and the light can be officially seen from 24.5 nautical miles, which is again 28.2 statute miles. And putting all that into the curve calculator shows that with an observer's eye level at the official 15 feet, the light should be 367 feet minus the 108 foot height of the lighthouse, i.e. 259 feet below the horizon on the globe Earth. Again, these are all official figures, and the whole thing is bonkers for a globe Earth model.